Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the 10th episode of the SuperNova Show. And I am your host, Colton Roberts. Today we've got a good cast of characters here. We're going to be talking Schmoedown, fan leagues. Some big events have just happened in the Schmoedown. We're going to talk some of that. We're going to talk about the Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies. We've been waiting a few weeks to get Anthony's and my opinion on that. This is going to be a good time. And then we're going to talk the season finale of WandaVision. And then I'm going to bring on the wrestling crew, and we're going to have the updates on the Pro Wrestling Draft, and then do predictions for AEW Revolution and Impact's Sacrifice events for this weekend and next weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out Anthony Tisdall. How you doing, Anthony?
I'm good. Other than the fact I had to watch that Hobbit movie recently, that was a downward spiral. But WandaVision was here, so I had that going for me. So negatives to the positives. But doing all right. Just surviving at this point. Surviving.
Yeah. I understand. Like, I cannot wait to listen to you rant on that. It's going to be a good time.
So many problems. This movie sucks.
Yeah.
So badly.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's been, 2 weeks since you've been on? So how's everything been going?
It's going all right. Work is normal, but I'm going back to a little bit more consistent work schedule. So that's going to be a little more interesting coming up. Get a little busier, but that's okay. I'm trying to get myself into a little routine here. Get myself back to normal, at least slightly. But other than that, everything else has been going well, and a lot of matches recently. So feeling good. I got to throw my trivia knowledge out there a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. I haven't had a match in forever that was not wrestling based. Like, I've had Combat Wrestling Trivia is having their Clash of the Combatants right now, and I'm a part of that. So we just went into week 2 of the tournament. So they do like a round robin thing, so you play everyone. So far I have lost twice, and hey, it's okay. It's a lot of fun. It's not stressful like geek trivia, so I really can't complain.
There you go. See, the way to get more matches is just hold yourself out to every fan league there is, and then at some point someone will pick you. That's the way I do it.
Yeah. I haven't done that yet. I did. I tested for Full Metal Geek. That went okay. So I don't know what's the result of that, but mostly I've just been working and doing all that, that fun stuff that you do as an adult, being a parent. I learned how to cook. My wife is teaching me how to cook.
Oh, there you go.
So I can help in that aspect. But once I set something on fire that she likes, then she probably will say no. But today it went really well. So
yeah, I would like to teach my wife to cook at some point, but she might set something on fire, so I just take the duties. So it works. I don't mind it.
Good. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and send you off to the back and then bring out Robert.
Okay.
What up? It's Friday night and the moon is right. TGIF, man.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's what they used to say in the 90s, when that was a thing. Step by step, family matters.
Yeah.
Those kinds of good stuff.
All right. Yeah, so how have you been?
Oh, I've been good. This week's been a lot less stressful than the previous ones had, because of weather, energy, water, and workload. But those things all kind of normalized. So pretty good week overall. I'm a little like you, though. I'm a little bit jonesing for trivia stuff. I do the classics every now and then. And the last classic I did, I lost in the last question, which is kind of my thing in that league. But I was watching all those parts of the snowball I watched in multiplex. Fun DMC's crowning jewel, Ginyu Force take on Double Indemnity. And I was like, man, I just really want some more matches, and I got some coming up. But sometimes when there's the lull part, the ebb and flow, when you're in the ebb, you really feel it.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yeah, like I can't wait to play again once the season starts, but I'm kind of glad to have taken a break a little bit. I wish that I studied more regularly because I can definitely tell from my testing that I needed to do that.
You're talking about testing. Speaking of the classic, I tested right after I lost that classic, and I was like, man, I got some of the hard ones, but I missed some easy ones, and I knew the answers. I just said things wrong, and I was like, if I was in the right mindset, I would have done a lot better.
Yeah, it's definitely really different. I like just being able to play, but
when you get to of a certain age and you're not a professional, you try to find ways that you can stoke the competitive fire you used to have as a kid. And this is one of the ways that you can do it without fear of bodily harm and with ease of technology. Yes,
that is very accurate, completely accurate. Yeah, like 10th episode of the SuperNova show.
Yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, and I still have not remembered to put the welcome and introduction when I start interviewing the first person. So I'm a professional, ladies and gentlemen. You can totally tell.
I just think that's your shtick now.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Is I'll just miss it by a few minutes. Yep, totally. That's what I've been doing the entire time. Yep,
I like it.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and bring Anthony back out.
Bring him back.
We'll talk some Schmoedown.
By the way, Flyers and Pens are 1-1 this week.
I mean, you probably should have won the last one.
No. I just wanted to say.
I was just curious if you missed the fact you lost the 3-goal lead. No?
No, I didn't.
Sorry, what was that? Schmoedown, I think?
Schmoedown, I think is what it was.
Yeah, wait. Oh, there we are.
There it is.
All right, so Schmoedown's been very interesting. I don't know how many matches you guys have watched this week, but they've already debuted 3.
Two.
Yeah, I didn't watch the one that just came out.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't watch the one that came out on Friday before the pay-per-view. I will say that.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, they had Rue's match against Jesse Swift, and then Sean Sullivan versus I can't remember her name, but she's a rookie, and
Marie Wilson, I think, is what. Yeah.
And then Vinny Mancuso versus Mrs. Lady Justice.
Marisol McKee.
Yep. And then tonight, Friday. Sunday night. Whatever. This is Sunday. So Friday night, Dan Murrell versus Jeff Snyder in a number 1 contenders match. So, even though we've been doing this 10 episodes, I still don't remember that this comes out on Sunday.
Yeah, comes out on Sunday.
I wouldn't remember. I don't even know what day of the week it is.
Yeah, I did the TGIF because I hope people will remember the fondness of what Friday was like, even though it's Sunday now. That's why I did it.
Yep. But so what you guys thinking about any of this stuff? Like, obviously, like, Rue had a match. Did y'all watch it?
What? Who had a match?
Who's Rue?
Yeah, what? It's weird he's not here to give us the own breakdown and memoriam of his own match, but it is what it is. I will say, a compatriot over here and I were in Schmoedown for this period of time.
True. We were on that screen for a quick moment.
Yep. I was really happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the match.
Yeah.
Amaru was good as always. There were things in there you could tell he was mad he missed. He missed a Harry Potter question. He was not very happy about that. Although that Harry Potter question was like the hardest Harry Potter question I had seen in a long ass time. And then the match was closer, I think, than he thought it would be. He didn't get a category I think he really wanted from that wheel. Scores and soundtracks is a first spin with everything that was happening. And this one really was an extension of that Inner Geekdom match where they were really putting the new categories on display so very much. I think his round 2 category was harder than Jesse's was, just in my opinion. And then I was like, well, if Rue gets his 2 and his 3, he'll probably win it because I didn't have any faith that Jesse would get the 5. And I was right. But it was a good match. I thought Rue would take it very easily. It was not so easy, but it was still fun and so exciting to see somebody in such a platform.
Rue was awesome. I can't wait for him to like be here at some point to talk to him about it. But like same thing. Round 1 was round 1. Miss only 1 is good, and round 2 was. I apologize. I will straight up say my wife is right now dancing in front of me just to screw with me. So thank you for that, my lovely wife. Anyway, thank you. But no, round 2 was tough. Even Jesse's questions for me were a little tough. I'm not a geek player. I do like comic book movies, but some of those were a little deeper cut. The Batman questions were deeper cut than I would have expected. And there are some you can tell. You can see Rue getting a little frustrated at some of them. But I do think he used a couple things very well. A lot of people would be like, oh, how many Batman movies Morgan Freeman in? And you're going to go multiple choice because there's only, how many could he possibly be in? But it was a smart move because he wasn't 100%. So doing that, if he gets it wrong, only 1 point instead of 2, it all works out a lot better. So I think that was a really good move by him and shows that he is ready for the bigger leads, to play a game smartly. So.
Yeah, I agree. Like I knew the Egypt question and I knew 3 because of the Dark Knight trilogy. But
he and I discussed that. I was like, it has to be 3, right? And then I was like, wait, was he in like a Batman movie?
That's the one I can almost guarantee is where his thought process was.
Yeah. Like it was a really good match. I had never seen Jesse in anything before this.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
That's absolutely true from the video stinger that he had for sure. Oh my god.
Yeah, like I had never seen him in anything ever, and he's a character, and I appreciate it.
He did his due diligence to get himself in the Schmoedown, and he showed that he isn't. I think Rue said it before, and it's something that's very clear, is if you're going to put that much work to get yourself in the Schmoedown, to do all of that, to post on every single comment ever in the Schmoedown, and to put your gifts out there, and to get shirts made, and to be on every after show, he's going to put the work in to study. So he is somebody that at the beginning went up against a powerhouse in Rue. Rue didn't have his best game, and Rue luckily got the win because obviously we're all friends with him. But Jesse is like, he's going to work hard, and he is going to be someone that is going to be something to look at a little bit later. Like you said, Colt, I didn't know who he was until I saw him everywhere, literally everywhere. Like, couldn't avoid him. But he seems fun. I had no issues with him, and he's just, he's a good guy to watch.
Yeah, I agree. So, I know, Anthony, you totally love those Star Wars matches. I totally know.
Yeah, watched it. I only missed like 3 and the whole one. I don't know. I do not watch those.
Yeah, I watched it purely for the cutscene during it because they did a promo before it, and I was like, I watched it because I was like, well, I'm not good at Star Wars trivia. Like, I love the movies, not good at the trivia.
I used to think I was good, and then I would watch stuff like this, and my first round in that was bad, but I knew like all the second round questions, so I was like, okay. And then like when she got was it Boga as the name of Obi-Wan's Pterodactyl that he rides in Utapau and Revenge of the Sith. I was like, what? Where does this come from? I don't even know. But yeah, it was one of the few times that the pre thing for me was more entertaining than the actual match. Because usually I care about the trivia and I don't give a shit about storylines.
Yeah, I'm a huge storyline person, so I watch it for that, and so I watched the entire match and was like, oh, and it was the same way with the match today because Christian posted that there were bits, big story things happening. So I watched the entire match today because I don't really watch singles that much because, again, if it's something I'm not good at that I can't play along with, I only watch it for the story beats or to watch it because I actually like the people that are competing. And so I mostly just fast forward through most of the stuff. But speaking of our resident Schmoedown expert here,
Yo,
what's up?
Allergies suck.
I was about to say you look raw.
Today was not a good allergy day
Yeah.
at all. I took a 24-hour pill early this morning, so I can't take another one, and I am feeling it. But it's the weekend, so
Yeah,
Revel in that for sure.
I won the match. So
You did.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. It's official. It happened 4 days ago in this timeline.
I was saying in this timeline, in another timeline, it happened like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, of course.
but so how do you feel about your match?
I'm happy. I'm very glad that I pulled that out and I won. Depends on the second because it's not. You all know this is that I did not play my best, but I played really well in terms of playing the match. Like I knew what I needed to do to make sure I would win, getting questions that I slipped up on or whatever, or if I was having like the Morgan Freeman Batman question, not the Morgan Freeman wanted question because Morgan Freeman had it out for me.
He did. He really did.
Yeah.
But like that one I was like it's 3. And then Lego Batman and Lego Movie came in my head. I'm like, which Lego movie is Morgan Freeman in and which is he not? And if I say the wrong one, he's gonna steal it. Because if it's not 4, it's 3. So, and I'm like, my multiple choice options are gonna be 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if I get this wrong, I need him to only get 1 point instead of 3 because a lot of things I could have done better. But again, I got the win. And like that showed my gamesmanship side of it. Now I just can't wait till people see everything all put together, so they can shut up about the not living up to the number 2 pick overall.
Yeah, and technically, all right. So this week you had your Schmoedown match. This week you also your final match in the fan leagues in TMG and
everything. I forgot Multiplex had that match too.
Yeah,
they all came. Full Metal Geek, Full Metal Singles, TMG, Multiplex, all of them just came out at once. So I was like, oh yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and that match with you and Joe is a barn burner. Oh my lord. Like holy crap. Like I've known that the result of it for like a long time because
it happened a long time ago.
Yeah, because they accidentally spoiled it to me in a TMG admin chat, and I was like, I'm only here because I pitched a match idea, and they forgot to take me out of the chat, so they posted that, and I was like, oh, cool, now I know the finals. All right. That's neat. Now I'm gonna have to watch this. And it was so good.
Yeah. And I neither of us knew who won when he said who are you, because neither of us knew if it was right at all. But it was a fun match. It was definitely fun. I still that's one thing I'm allergic to. It's cats. So that's one reason why Yeah. We have to have me, David, and Joe have to have like a just not live 3-way match. Like, I really want to do that.
Your Rocky 3 behind the scenes match. You gotta have
Exactly.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I will just say a couple things. I really like your background in that match, by the way. My wife and I really take notice of people's backgrounds. It's kind of one of our things when we're watching these. Your background looked really cool, first of all. And
Agreed.
second, I think you're absolutely right. I think your veteranship really won out in that match. Well, yeah, he used 2 JTEs in the first round, and I was like, oh man, you used 2 JTEs? Psh, come on, man. But, if you haven't played in these so much, you're not thinking about the long-term effects of what that's going to do. And I think it affected him a little bit. So I think, yeah, even if you didn't have all the answers that you needed to, I think you did in terms of your veteranship playing the match. So that was good.
Yeah, and people are going to underestimate me now, which I don't mind being in that position.
It's not a bad way to be.
No.
Come in, no one studies for you, and you're good to go. And I appreciate what you said about your Batman question, because right before you showed up, I had that exact same statement about it. I was like, I know exactly why he did it, and it was a smart move, because Lego Batman, who knows when it's just voices.
Yeah, and Morgan Freeman's in the Lego movie.
Right.
So I know he's in one. I just cannot remember right now if he's in Lego or Lego Batman. Because if it's a Lego movie, it's 3. If it's Lego Batman, it's 4. And I was like, I don't want to use a JTE right now. I probably should have, but I didn't. That's the one thing, like, looking back, I was like, I should have used a JTE to think about it. But I was kind of in it and it was like, all right, I need to go to multiple choice because if I get this wrong, at least it'll be a 1-point steal and not a 2.
Made sense.
All right. Well, is there anything else? Oh, yeah. Predictions for tonight or Friday night's match. Who do you
Technically,
think?
it already happened, but
Exactly.
So let's peek behind the curtain here. We filmed this.
The Friday night match did not already happen.
Yeah. So
For us, it didn't, but for future us that people are watching, it has. So we're making a future prediction in the past for a match that hasn't happened.
You know what? Here's the thing. Anyone that's listening, this is taped on Friday. Get over it. It's now Sunday.
all right. Competing timelines.
Stop messing with me.
Yeah.
Robert, I don't know days.
That's fair. I wasn't thinking about it either. I did a whole introduction on TGIF, and I know this comes out on Sunday, so it is what it is.
Oh, I'm so confused now.
all right. So what do you guys think? Is it going to be Jeff Snyder or Dan Murrell? Because there's no undercard from what I've seen, so it's just them two. So what do you guys think?
I mean, my choice is made for me because I have to go Snyder because, my wife's kind of on the team, so I'm going to root for the team. I'm going to root for the Stars. So, and I know Snyder's studying. Murrell is obviously very good, but as long as Snyder cannot just drop off if he gets a category he doesn't want or gets a couple wrong, then he still knows how to play the game and he'll be fine. So I'm going Snyder because upstairs.
Yeah, I agree. I think Snyder's going to win unless Dan puts something in IG on the wheel and Snyder spins it.
Or 70s, as we see in that past Bibiani match where he just crumbled.
Yeah,
Yeah, if something like that happens, then it's Dan. But if not, I think Snyder is on a roll right now. He already has the momentum of being Player of the Year. He needs this to solidify himself, I think.
He's hungrier, and I think it makes more sense for the Schmoedown if Dan loses, and then Dan does what he had intended to do, which was step back and focus on IG. So I'm going with Schneider as well because I just think he's hungrier. I think the run from the tournament, getting to the finals, winning the teams titles, I think that all plays into how that crosses over into season 8. And I don't think Dan necessarily needs this as much as he does I think legacies have already been cemented. Snyder's legacy is pretty much set anyway, but it's just for that singles part. He has only played in that one title match. It went to overtime against Oyama. People couldn't remember peas at the American Beauty dinner table, but it is what it is. So I think Snyder takes it.
Don't you put that evil on me, Robert Kastner. Dan and IG.
Oh, well,
it's coming.
Sorry, I don't want to put it on you. I'm just thinking about what had been said in the past.
That is true. I can't not go for Dan. I am when it comes to predictions, I usually go chalk until somebody proves me wrong. And Jeff has had too long a time between the match and this one. So his head's in acting like he's got momentum, but he has not yet shown that he can stay consistent for a very long time. He's implodes, and if he does amazing, I feel like Dan is always there, no matter what. So I still have Dan. I would not be surprised if Snyder wins. I still have Dan. I think Snyder is a little bit too far removed from his belt win to keep that up and not get in his own head when something doesn't go his way, because it's Dan. So he can't miss a question. Or if he misses a question, then Dan misses a question. Dan can keep that up. Snyder, he's got to show, and he may show it today. But he's got to show he can keep it rolling without losing his cool.
True.
Yep. All right.
I didn't want to pick Schneider. Just wanted to. I would rather it be Dan.
All right. So let's move on to the main event here.
Yes.
What everyone has been waiting for the last 2 weeks. Hey, Anthony. Take it away.
I've spent way too much time over these past month watching these horrific Hobbit movies, and this one is by far the worst of them all. There are so many plot holes. Like Robert said, I think a little earlier, apparently this was like 20 pages of a book made into a 2.5-hour movie, which makes perfect sense, because in the first 10 minutes, the whole plot of the second movie is done. Okay, Smaug's dead. Great. There's a dragon. He got killed because someone was able to fire an arrow, a very specific arrow, into a very specific part of this stupid thing. Like, if you are a smart dragon, you know you have a thing. Maybe put something on it. Sit with the gold. It makes no sense. It was dumb. And then the whole town gets destroyed, and all the dwarves are dicks. And there's so many pieces of this movie that make absolutely no sense. Like, you're telling me that the Luke Evans character, whatever the hell his name was, is going to trust clearly the most untrustworthy person. The dude has a unibrow basically saying he's untrustworthy. To take his family with him? It's like, oh yeah, take my family and then come right back. This guy's not coming back. This guy might just take your family and leave as for ransom. He's a dick. And he's been a dick the whole time. And you're going to be like, no, I'm trusting you now that you're going to keep my family safe and come back. It was a poor attempt at humor. He like dressed up as a woman to be like, oh yeah, I'm a girl. I'm not going to go back to war. Stupid, terrible. That character was trash. They kill off the best character of the whole thing. And Feely or something, the only dwarf that doesn't look like a dwarf that Evangeline Lilly's character fell for because he didn't look like a dwarf and he was taller than most dwarfs or whatever. I don't know. That was dumb. The love story was dumb. Oh God, it's painful. Okay. Also, the orcs. What's the issue with them dying? Seriously, friggin' Bilbo threw a rock at a couple of them, murdered off the bat, dead. And yet there was like 4 of them that took about 20 different sword swipes and still kept coming. So I don't know. One dies from a pebble and the other one gets stabbed in the face and he just keeps running at him and killing them. Horrible. Horrible. And whatever was going on with Cate Blanchett and Gandalf, that whole scene makes no sense. When they were... I'm sure they have the strongest arms in Middle Earth, and clearly they can throw stones super, super hard for being a short little guy that's not even a dwarf that has strength. Congrats. He's the best. He's the best pitcher of all time. Put him on the Phillies and let's get that World Series. That's what I'm talking about. And then the whole whatever, it's a Gladriel or whatever, and then that other dude, Hugo Weaving, I believe is the character that came in, and they were all fighting. They were fighting the dead people. It looked like a thing from a Lego video game because they all just crumbled when they hit the ground. It made no sense. It was stupid. Then you just have zombie Cate Blanchett attacking something that's going to give me seizures. It was basically what that was. It was like watching a Transformers episode, like the one that they give you the warning at the beginning to be like, hey, seizures are possible. And it's just boop, 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 boop. And then like some weird zombie Cate Blanchett somehow wins the battle. I don't get that. The only other really stupid thing, other than the entire movie, the dragon sickness thing, and then the main elf, he gets it, and then he sounds like a dragon. Like he starts having like the S's in his words, and I don't think that's how that was supposed to work. I think it was just a metaphor for you're in this thing, and now you really want the gold, and it's called dragon sickness. I don't think it actually turned you into a dragon, which is what it did. The ending is, I like Martin Freeman. Thank God he was in it because he's the only person I enjoyed other than the dwarf dude, whatever his name was, because I can't remember any of the names. They all make no sense, and I don't care. I didn't care about a single one of the characters in this movie. If they all died, great. But you know how I know they're not going to die? Because there's another one. These are prequels. Every time someone's in a fight, he's not going to die because he's in the next one. Congrats. This movie was terrible. This is the worst of all 6 by a long shot. And that was 2.5 hours of my life I will never return to me. And also this 10 minutes of me talking about it and my 5 minutes of writing a letterbox review. So I watched them all. I now can answer a question about them. That's all I got. God, this movie sucks.
All right. So that was...
What's there? What else is there to say?
Yeah, that was delightful. Like, I agree with most of that. There's one scene in this entire movie that I like is when Thandril at the end tells Legolas, "Hey, there's a guy you should meet. You can call him Strider. You should go meet him." And I'm like, oh, that's the only part I like. The fact that it sets up their relationship and why they're friends. The only part, like, out of a close to 3-hour movie, that 10 seconds of dialogue is the only good part of this movie. And, yeah, like, I agree. All the stuff with the elves fighting Sauron, and then Saruman's like, I'll take care of him. I mean, yeah, I understand. You're setting up that he's going to go take care of him, and then you're going to turn him evil. Yeah, I get it. It's stupid, and I hate it. And the only reason why I am not on the big screen right now is because I don't like looking at my stupid face. I don't know how my wife deals with it. But guess what? That's fine. I don't know. No, thank you. Goodbye. Y'all, the other two of y'all can talk about this abomination now. I would rather spend money and watch Barbed Wire again than watch this atrocity. Like, I spent $4 for that. No, I'll take it. Whatever.
The only thing I'll say about the movie is that you are correct. When the best things about the movie are the things that you know to be setting up for the sake of Fellowship, and the other better trilogy, it's not good. Yeah, Strider. Yeah, Sauron. Can we just get to that, please? That would be better. That's all I have to say.
The only thing about this movie I really hate is the dragon sickness and Alfred. Everything else is okay for me. I enjoy it. I like the battle. I like Billy Connolly as Dane.
I did notice that. I was like, ooh, Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good. You're in here. You say 5 words. Thanks for getting me all excited for nothing.
Yeah. And it's a kid's book. So being able to hit the one spot, the fact that he used his kid's shoulder to aim, though, that was kind of dope. I did enjoy that part. But yeah, this movie's not great, but I enjoyed it. Except it should have either been one movie or 2 2-hour movies instead of 3 3-hour movies. It's really what should have happened.
Man, that movie drug along so slowly.
Yes.
Oh, and like, who even is the main villain? Some weird orc? You can still hit him with an arrow, and he's still gonna die. Like, I don't know. Like, I've seen Gladiator. I've seen all the movies. Have a bunch of elves fire a bunch of arrows at this dude. Guess what? He's not getting out. When you block out the sun, what if that was 300 or I forgot which one movie that is. 300. Just do that to him. 300. Out. Done. Game over. He's dead. Everything's safe. And bring the Eagles in again. Oh wait, Eagles save the day again. Why didn't they use those in the first movie? Duh. That's a bit parallel.
I will say we have talked in the past with relation to Colton about having kids for the purpose of serving you and getting them to hate the things you hate, but also using them as props for the sake of trying to shoot weapons is probably another good reason to have them.
That's true.
I will neither confirm nor deny any of that.
Fair.
Because if I do, it will announce me as a horrible parent. So we'll just go along with.
Or are you a great parent? I like being the voice in the back.
That is. Oof.
I don't know whether to be like happy or terrified, but
Column A, column B.
yep.
Yeah. All right. So since we're done with that, let's talk about WandaVision, guys. Hey,
Hey, something good.
yes. So what did you guys all think about it? Apparently, the internet is on an uproar about all of it, and of course they are, because that's the internet. But
I have seen absolutely nothing on the internet. I've seen zero of anything, of any reviews, spoilers, because not only am I trying to avoid that, I was trying to avoid a sequel that I'm very scared to watch later tonight, of a comedy that is amazing. Yeah, and with Eddie Murphy. So I haven't watched that one yet. But I've seen nothing. So I have a completely unbiased opinion from anything. And I will say this was a typical series, season. I'm kind of thinking like taking all of these different Marvel shows as different seasons. Like, this is one season. The Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be another season. Loki's going to be another season. It's a typical season finale for me. Like we all knew in Game of Thrones, the second to last episode is the episode. And then the finale is like, all right, let's wrap up some stuff. Let's get it done. And to me, the action was like, this is Marvel fair action. This is cool. Nothing too big. Nothing too, like, over the top. This is, like, par for the course. My favorite parts of this last episode were the little subtle parts. Yes, spoilers. Spoilers are coming.
Get the hell out of here if you haven't watched it, you jerks.
hey, you haven't watched WandaVision? So go watch it. It's about 42 minutes long. You can do it at 5 o'clock in the morning like I did you can just do it whenever. But
what is the Scarlet Witch? That's not really a spoiler.
Yeah. So leave. All right, you left? Oh, now you came back. All right, now we're going to talk spoilers for this show. So if you didn't leave.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's on you. And I apologize for everything that's about to be said. But
yeah. So as I was saying, my favorite parts were with the small parts. The end between Vision and Wanda was really nice. My absolute favorite scene of this episode, though, was Vision talking to Vision. Yeah. The whole Theseus thing, that was brilliant. That was like, at first I was like, what's going on? And I was like, okay, you have Paul Bettany talking to Paul Bettany about this obscure piece of thing. And two Visions trying to figure, this is absolutely brilliant right here. I am loving this. Give me more.
Oh yeah, the show wasn't the huge battle finale that I think a lot of people wanted. There wasn't here's this cameo, and that's what people thought was going to happen. That's what people were expecting. But watching this, there was a lot of things I was expecting that didn't happen. But it was more of a heartfelt episode than a lot of the other ones of Wanda having to give up her family to help keep these people, like to help let these people live again, to let them be back in their lives instead of in her world. So it was a more emotional show, and I appreciated that. And it's Marvel going, you know what? We're not going to give you what you want because this isn't really the end. This is a prequel to what's going to happen in probably Doctor Strange, in another Avengers movie, etc., something like that. So I liked it. The Vision scene was fantastic. I saw that going slightly differently. I was really hoping that and Vision gave him all his memories back, he was going to talk in James Spader's voice and
Nice.
then leave. And if that happened, I would have lost it. But that was where, because I was like, oh, he's giving all his memories back. Some of his memories are of Ultron. So that's kind of where my mind was. It didn't happen, but it was a beautiful, like, cut back to Tony Stark of, I am Iron Man, I am Vision, gone. With all the memories and all that, trying to figure out life. So I'm sure we'll see him back at some point. But it was a very well done finale that I understand why people on the internet are annoyed by it, possibly. But that's because people they want their thing. They want, hey, why are the X-Men not in this yet? Why is this? The only thing I would like a little more information on is Ralph.
Yes.
I feel like he still had powers, but was under control, and then he just kind of like, okay, you're not under control anymore, but
Do you still have powers?
But you still have power, so I don't know what's happening anymore. So that confused me a little bit. That would be something I would like to maybe have seen a little more on. But overall, very well done finale, excellent, and you get 2 post-credit scenes, which add extra, which is always fun.
So
I was going to say shout out to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Being important.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I wonder if this is their way, because, like, Kevin Feige has said for years that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not in the MCU, that it's MCU adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
That I wonder if this is his way of saying, yeah, that didn't happen. Because, this is the real Darkhold. And I'm going to hate that because I love Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I've been wanting to review it on the channel, but Marvel keeps on releasing more TV shows, and apparently they're releasing them for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Okay, real quick, because I was having this conversation before I jumped on. What happened to the Darkhold in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Ghost Rider took it away.
Okay, that's okay. So she was right. He did. I feel like it's the same Darkhold. I feel like Agatha and witches and Ghost Rider have that ability. Look, I'm gonna say it's the same thing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is important because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should be important. So I'm gonna stick with that.
I have a bunch of notes about this episode. I'm gonna go through a couple of mine, guys, and you can like say if you saw these connections. Narrative wise, pacing and whatever, I thought it was one of the worst episodes. Emotional beat wise, I thought it was great. Rue, you hit on it. The stuff she did with her kids, saying, thank you for choosing me to be your mom. What she said about, Vision seeing her and that Vision is the part of her, the Mind Stone alive in her, and it's her hope and despair and love and everything. That's great. All that is great. I noticed that they made some parallels, like Wanda to Doctor Strange, because she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme. I was watching something and I got a big beat of like Agatha being not connected, but like a parallel to Mordo, because her whole thing is taking powers that people don't deserve. And I was like, man, they should team up. He should come in and he should free her. A lot of Wizard of Oz. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, because I was about to say that exact thing.
A lot of Wizard of Oz references. Yeah. The boots under the car, her Buick, by the way, as well with the Oz the Great and Powerful in the marquee that came up. Where did White Vision go? Is he struggling with his own identity because his whole initiative was to kill the real Vision, but he's technically the real Vision, especially now with the memories. So is he having crisis of conscience? I liked when the townspeople all woke up and they were coming to her. I thought that was a great emotional beat too. I got a real parallel to like people in the Salem witch trials coming up, and it seemed like they were asking her questions and they were trying not to upset her. But I was also thinking like unruly mob, and I thought that was a nice connection to like the witch past, like what Agatha had seen. Boner, just boner. I mean, goddamn boner. Monica's gonna go to freaking space and meet Nick Fury. So Sword from the comics is, like the whole reason of why Sword exists is kind of coming into the show and the universe, the MCU universe. And then again, and this is for my own disappointment, where was Doctor Strange? Just where was he? She was doing astral projections and they talked about the Sorcerer Supreme. Just where was he?
I thought it was going to be him at the end. I thought that was going to be going to him and not to Thanos' Garden Part 2.
Yeah, that's what it was. Also, when the townspeople talked about being asleep with nightmares, I got Demolition Man vibes Like when Sylvester Stallone's in the cryo freeze and they were like, I had dreams and nightmares. Like, no, you didn't. He's like, yeah, I freaking did. That's what the people were telling Wanda. And she was like, oh, crap.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, the entire time I'm watching this show, like, we got to the end credit scene. I knew there was going to be one. So I saw it. And I was like, I'm not turning this off. I watched the second one. And then I'm like, is this an insinuation that Wanda's going to be evil? Because she is walking through, and then some astral projection version of herself is reading the Darkhold. So I know in the comics she sometimes has a split personality. So is it going to be half of her that's, all jacked up?
That's the one thing I was like, I'm a little like not disappointed, but I wanted to see Wanda go bad. I want anti-villain. I want anti-villain Scarlet Witch. So when I saw her with the Darkhold, I was like, oh, okay, they're saving it. They're going to put that off till a little later. We're getting her. We're getting Wanda going bad, and I cannot wait.
I think you end it with hearing her kids' voices and knowing that they're out there somewhere. And my guess is, since the Doctor Strange is in the Multiverse of Madness, hey, you think Wanda's going to start tearing apart the multiverse to try to find her kids, and Doctor Strange is going to have to do something about it? That's probably what's going to happen. And I cannot wait for it because it's also going to be kind of a horror movie. So that is right up my alley.
With Sam Raimi directing. So
goddamn right.
It's great. Yeah, she'll probably be the villain at least for like the first half.
Right. And then
until they find her kids, and then it'll be like Nightmare or whatever. And that's probably what it'll be.
Like, and I love the fact that they didn't kill Agatha. Like, she's still there. Like, if freaking Scarlet Witch gets too powerful, all they have to do is go wake her up and be like, yo, go drain her power a little bit. So there's an option there to where when Scarlet Witch goes full dark side, that we have ways to beat her. And I would love to see her as the main villain. Like, I know so many people we're predicting, this is going to introduce Kang or Magneto or Doctor Doom, because he's a sorcerer in the comics, which I don't know why any movie just gives him lightning powers or exploding head powers. He's a freaking sorcerer. He's awesome. Like, the movies are just like, I don't even know.
By the way, the Scarlet Witch outfit, damn, she looked like her daddy. That was Magneto right there.
Yes, it was.
That was exactly like Magneto.
Oh, by the way, subverting the expectations of the end fight with the runes, that's another Doctor Strange reference. It's like another parallel to it. It's the same thing.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that.
But that's fine. It is what it is.
Yeah, like, I cannot wait to see what goes on. 2 weeks from now, we start Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which means that's another show that we're going to have to review on the podcast.
Gonna have to, that we get to. And by the way,
I'm watching that every week.
I'm still holding out hope for the secret 10th episode next week. I'm still holding out hope for it. I don't give a shit.
I'm not. But if it happens, great. I'm not going to hold out hope. So then when it does happen, I am extra super surprised.
It's fair.
Yeah, like, I'm just waiting for a time when there's not going to... Like, I saw a graphic that showed how many shows that are going to be coming out this year and stuff. And I just want a 7-week period where I can review Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I know.
And it's not going to happen.
No, there's supposed to be Marvel content every Friday, like the rest of the year.
Yep.
Marvel content. Yes.
Yeah.
Do it. Give it all to me. Bring it.
Loki, Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, down the road, Armor Wars, What If, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah. And then in 2 weeks, the Justice League movie comes out, and I hope it's good. Oh, I hope it's good.
I mean, it's going to be 90% what we already saw, and 10%, here's some new stuff that I wanted to put in, and here's some stuff I'm going to put in to say, this was my movie. I was going to make a 4-hour epic. I feel like it'll be better, obviously, but I just don't think it's going to be, I feel like a lot of times I'm going to watch and be kind of disappointed and be like, here's 45 minutes of this movie, dead ass that I already saw that I'm just rewatching, and then finally like a 10-minute scene that's like, cool, that's new, and then 30 more minutes of I remember this in this movie that I didn't like. So,
well, as long as they don't have Superman with a mustache that's blurted out, I'm cool with it.
Also, that allows me to study Justice League without having to watch Justice League again.
Okay, that's a good point.
And I was going to ask about that. This doesn't have anything to do with TV, but they're releasing this in theaters as well. So will that be in the Schmoedown, do you think? Will they write questions about the Snyder Cut?
I would assume they're going to, because you have extended version questions for Lord of the Rings. You have the Donner cut for Superman. So I think it's going to be, I think it will eventually get questions, and it'll just be about like how long before they say, okay, it's eligible now. But I'm pretty sure it's coming.
Oh,
Actually, let me check something real quick.
there you go.
Oh, we're doing research.
Oh, someone's fancy.
Yeah. Ooh, I know things. I'm in the know. It's cool.
Never in the know.
No, it's okay. I like being on the outside. I like being a leper. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. So after all the shows that have been announced, what is going to be the show that you're ready to watch next? Like, is it just going to be straight down the line, Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Oh, yeah. I'm not skipping.
I'm jonesing for some Loki content.
I need a palate cleanser from Magic stuff. I need stuff in the real world stuff. I need spy stuff. And then we'll get into Loki time parallels and all that nonsense. But I need some grounded 6 episodes of them taking down arms dealers that work for, Helmet Zemo and Agent 13's there and all that shit.
Not on the official list yet, so we'll see what happens down the line. But I wouldn't be surprised, especially with other movies. And The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was my favorite, was my most anticipated show when all of them were being talked about. And Hawkeye is my favorite character, so yeah. I'm so happy they're finally putting our respect on my man's name.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
My cat is named after Hawkeye. Of course, I'm excited for that.
Yes.
Nice.
That is clear.
All right. Well, I'm waiting for my other cruise, so I guess we can go to the farewells, and then hopefully they'll come in. And if they don't, if anyone wants to stick around and talk to me while I wait on them, they can. If you gotta go, you can go. But yeah, let's go ahead and do our farewells for your guys' stuff. Do you guys have anything you need to plug or anything? And I need to take spoilers off there because there's no spoilers.
No, spoilers for everything. Spoilers.
Yeah, these are spoilers for what we're plugging.
Yeah.
Spoilers for they're going bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
I know you guys are heartbroken out there.
Yeah.
As they should be.
Yeah.
Would you like to go first?
I'll go first. Still working on a podcast, but I am going to be on Schmo Talks. We're going over like the first part of season 4. I binge watched 24 Schmoedown matches over like 2 days because I'm committed like that. Shit.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I actually didn't mind it. I like the old format. I like when it was like 2 minutes of content and they were like, we're getting down to business. And it was 30 minutes and they were done. It was just, we did it and we're done. And it was great. I loved it. And then I have my debut in Untitled Geek coming up. So looking forward to that. And then I also have a championship. I can say this now. I have a championship match in MTC coming up as well against Corey Quinto. So I'm studying hard and watching a shit ton of movies for that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Avenge me,
so much going on.
He beat me at a championship.
Yeah, no, I will avenge you. I will avenge everybody. It's my hope and dream that I can do that because I owe him for beating me in a classic or two. So that's mostly what I have going on for the time being. Otherwise, you can at me at Facebook, Robert Kastner. Just hang out and talk to me. I like it.
I'll go next since Bruce muted and struggling with allergies. Basically, I am on all my normal stuff, working title every Thursday at 6 o'clock. Keep checking that out. That's always fun. I've been actually keeping heads up on that recently. Opening Night Trivia League, Geek is going on. We got a lot of rookie matches. We got a lot of stuff going on there. So that's all big. Obviously, Feature Presentation Presents. Go check that out. I was on Digesting Cinema this past Sunday with my wife and Aaron J. talking about Pan's Labyrinth. Listen to that if you want to hear how much Christina hates me for making her watch this movie, because she does now. And then also on Feature Presentation Presents, That Made Your List is my second one, which, have you heard me rant about Lord of the Rings? Go listen to that, because I do it again. I called it the most overrated thing. So that's on there too. And then you can find me around all the families, a lot of matches coming up. And I will also be at that championship match because I'll be managing this man to make sure he gets that W. That's it.
I'll make this quick because I'm getting more and more nasally by the second. Tomorrow shall be the next episode of One Gotta Stay. R&B groups Drew Hill, Tony Toad, Jodeci, and Boy to Bed. Check out the Schmoedown. The suspects are 2-0. Looking to get into first place very soon. We go kill it. Look out. I'm done.
Somebody said suspects would be good this year when we did our preview. It was this guy. I said it.
Yep. Yeah, so I want to say thank you guys for coming on. It's always a blast having you guys on. We got to hear the epic rant of Mr. Anthony Tisdall. So that was fun. You guys are more than welcome to leave whenever you want to. Whatever floats your boat. And thank you guys so much
I will talk to you guys later. I got to make my way for this thing that's happening today, but we're doing it Sunday, so a couple days ago. But yeah, week.
I'm gonna go die in peace now. See ya.
Get better, Rue. Good luck to the stars.
But all right.
I'm gonna stay on.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. No, I like to talk, so fuck it.
Yeah, I so did not want to talk to just myself. All right, so hey Aston, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, it's going. I don't know. We just finished with our talk about all the things. Yeah.
Okay.
Media.
Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
But yep, yeah, it was a good show. Still
Awesome.
is.
Still going on.
Yep. But yeah, Robert, thank you so much for coming on. I so appreciate it. You're not abandoning me.
No, I don't like to do that, and I don't have important things to go to right away. And this is one of my favorite parts that I look forward to on Fridays when we film. So thank you, Colton, and I look forward to hanging out again.
All right. Well, I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey, Jacob.
Hey.
All right. So now we're just waiting for JB3. Oh, he's about to hop on. So, and we don't have to worry about you guys getting accidentally spoiled for WandaVision. We finished that.
I already watched it, so.
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
Oh, then everyone has seen it. So
Yep, we're good.
Good.
Not sure how I feel about the finale yet.
Oh, I loved it. So, yeah, it was. I enjoyed myself very much. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me okay before we get started tonight?
Yep.
We good on that? Okay, cool.
Yep. And yeah, this has been a very. Let's go ahead and change it to wrestling. It's been a very interesting. Month, 2 months since we started our little draft. Yeah, it's been really good time. So is that a toy belt over there, Aston?
Yeah, that's a $100 belt. I can't afford the real deal. It looks pretty good though.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
I got it from Target. It was on sale for $69 about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you still really want that 24/7 belt, even though it's ugly as can be. But hey,
Yeah.
there are definitely nice designs. Like,
Yeah. I started to pick it up a couple of days ago and do that payment method.
Yeah. Like, I know we've talked about, or I know I've talked on the show before about what's your favorite, or your favorite title belt and what's your least favorite title belt of all time. So maybe y'all want to, if y'all want to talk about that while I find my least favorite championship of all time, I'll share it on the screen because it is just the worst.
Is it the Divas Championship?
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't like that one.
I don't really like the women's AEW championship belt. It's too small.
Okay, so it's this monstrosity right here. As a person who is a huge fan of The Rock, this is the ugliest thing I have ever seen in the realm of like championship. Like Stone Cold's belt looks so cool. The Rock's belt looks like straight up crap. Like I don't understand, but hey, it's whatever. Yeah, and all right. So what's your favorite belts of all time?
You go ahead, Jacob. You start.
Man, I don't know. The White Intercontinental Championship looked good. I like that one.
Uh-oh, there's his favorite. Maybe.
Yep. The big gold WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
Go ahead and throw it over your shoulder there, Colton. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, JB3, what's up?
What's up, everyone?
How's it going?
Just chilling. Ah.
Yep. All right.
I've had-
So we can. I'll ask you. I think I've asked you this question before, but what is your least favorite belt design in wrestling history, and what's your favorite belt design in wrestling history? I'm pretty sure we've talked about this on the first wrestling talk that me, you, and Ryan did, but I can't remember specifically.
I'm going to go ahead and call the worst one for me personally. The worst one would have to be a popular one amongst the worst ones. A lot of people's least favorite. I'm going to give that award to the Jeff Hardy TNA custom title.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Tied, you know what, though? Tied with Bray Wyatt's The Fiend's custom title. I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
So those two are my worst. My favorite, my absolute favorite, which kind of upsets me, it's another tie. One of them was already gone, the World Heavyweight Championship. Beautiful big gold belt. And the other one's leaving. It's the IWGP. Yeah, there you go. The IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, that belt is beautiful. I wonder what the design will be for the new one, or will they just will we hold both belts for a while, or are they going to actually make a new design?
They're making a new design.
Because I know he's been holding the two belts for 14 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's no, maybe no, yeah, no. I think it's just since January. Yeah, it's just since January.
Oh, okay.
Wrestle Kingdom. So yeah, basically they already unified them. Like as far as like the reign goes, he's now known as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. As far as but the belt, I guess I hear is coming.
Yeah. All right. So I'll show you what I showed them, like my least favorite championship of all time, and I've told you, obviously, like I chose him as a strength in mine for combat wrestling trivia at one point. Like The Rock is my favorite wrestler of all time, but his Brahma Bull Championship belt is just the worst. And look at this monstrosity. Like the Smoking Skull Championship is so good looking, and this is horrible. Like,
Just imagine if it could spin.
yeah, I don't want to think about that. But even the spinner belt, like I like the rated R spinner belt. It's good. Like, because I guess back then I was like, a teenager, so I thought that was cool. But even as a kid, when I saw like the toy version of the Rock belt, I was like, this is so dumb. Like, I understand he's called the Brahma Bull, but why is it? No. But all right. So
I like the winged. I like the big winged eagle too.
all right. So let's do some draft updates. So all right. So we'll talk about people's drops first. Aston, you're gonna get the solo later
Oh no!
second.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Thanks for making me feel really good now, guys.
Well, every drop person will get to do this and then explain to them to the audience why they did this. So you dropped Bobby Lashley and Karrion Kross for the Good Brothers. So what was your rationale at the time, and do you regret this decision?
At the time, I was just thinking Kenny Omega. As long as they're with Kenny and he holds on to his, the belts, they're not going to lose the belts. It won't be as many points, but it's still points nevertheless. And yes, at the same time, I do regret doing it. And that's kind of why I'm making myself feel good wearing my championship belt here, regretting dropping Bobby Lashley. So, yeah. It's just one of those, you just take a chance, I guess. And it didn't.
Right.
It still could pay off, maybe.
All right,
With
so
the Good
Aston,
Brothers. Yep.
you have 23 points currently.
Mhm.
You're currently in second place. So even with that drop, you're not too bad off. I mean, 7 points behind the winner, but that's good, especially when we're about to go up in to AEW territory here. But all right, so Jacob, you dropped Shinsuke Nakamura for Pete Dunne. So what was the rationale behind that?
Well, part of me was thinking they might put the NXT title on Dunn. So that's all it was. I thought they might put the title on him. I have Finn Balor, so it was guaranteed points.
Yeah,
Either way.
I'll say that was smart because either way you were going to get 5 points, regardless of who won. So, yeah, that's a good move.
And I think he's just gonna be featured more prominently on NXT than Shinsuke will on SmackDown, which is unfortunate because Shinsuke is an incredible talent. But I think Pete Dunne will get more wins and more points for me than Nakamura will. So, and I hope I'm wrong about that. And Nakamura just racks up points and wins throughout the rest of the year.
All
just
right,
because he's a favorite of mine.
Right now you have 20 points. So you are in third place currently. So, yep, well, you got this. All right, so then I guess it'd be me. So at the beginning of the draft, I drafted Bill Goldberg. I thought, okay, knowing Vince McMahon, he'll put the belt on Goldberg around WrestleMania season. It made sense to me. He lost at the Royal Rumble, and I immediately dropped him and picked up Bobby Lashley because he was United States champion. Who knew that 4 or 5 weeks later, he's going to be WWE champion? That was wonderful. That I could have never seen that coming, and I have to thank Aston for dropping Bobby. Because if he didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to pick him up. And I don't know who I would have picked up instead of Goldberg when I dropped Goldberg. But we don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about Goldberg. So we're good. And all right, so JB3, you said you had an announcement in our chat. You want to make that announcement right now? Oh, and you have 16 points. I have 30 points. I forgot to announce my own points because I'm me.
I'm sure you forgot about your points. We should have it.
Well, I'm like just finished one big part of a show, and now I'm doing this, and it's an entire thing. My brain's fried, so
I feel that 100%. Yeah, 16 points. I got my guys. Sunday night is my night. Basically, I have an opportunity to get a lot of points.
yep.
In two matches, I have an opportunity to get 15 points. So I could be in the lead at the end of the Sunday night, potentially by 1 point, depending on what happens. That's assuming that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks will both retain successfully. So I don't really have any qualms. I believe they will, because I think they're going to be doing their thing for most of this year. I'm definitely going to be banking on Kenny Omega keeping the title. Definitely going to. I'm about 75% sure about the Young Bucks. For some reason, Jericho and MJF, but then I'd still get 5 points. So, it ain't the worst thing, because I got MJF as well.
Okay, so I want to clarify one thing.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, 15 points. My bad. What is it? 11 points. Sorry.
Yep, 11.
Yeah, I forgot. The tags are only 3. Yep. My bad.
Yeah, unless you draft someone from a promotion, like in their tag team belts or their main titles, then I'll consider that.
No, I feel you. And I don't think that's anywhere really, so you don't got to worry about that. I just forgot. But yeah, 11 points. But still, that's big night for me.
Yeah, that's all right, well, now he's gone. So let's pick
someone doesn't like being in last place.
Yeah, so we'll wait a second because he had a big announcement. There we go. Now we'll go back to you. Solo.
Making your big entrance for your big announcement.
Okay, so now I don't know if this is even going to be it should be allowed, okay? But I'm going to kind of do something crazy because I haven't used any of my drops yet. So I figured I might use one. I want to drop somebody, but I'm thinking, who do I want to pick up? Well, the person that I want to pick up is a little bit complicated. So I'm going to put out a proposal to Colton and to everybody. And if this proposal works and everything is set, then I'll do it. So here it is. I want to make a drop. I want to drop Jungle Boy. I love Jungle Boy, but I don't think that I think that maybe 2022 might be more of his year. Maybe. So I want to drop Jungle Boy this is my proposal part, for TBA in the ladder match. I want to, it's kind of crazy, but whoever that TBA is, I want to pick them. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if it's someone that you guys already picked? It might happen. So on the off chance that it's somebody that you guys already picked, I have a backup pick in line, just in case. What do you think?
Okay. I am completely okay with that as long as it's someone that no one has picked.
Right.
Or
I thought about this. So if it's someone that someone has picked, then I have a backup pick planned out in that if that situation arrives in our lives. So
all right. So I am cool with that decision, but that is up to Aston and Jacob if they're cool with that.
I'm cool with it if you tell me who your backup.
I can't tell you who my backup is. I can't tell you who my backup is.
Yeah, I'm good. That's
then it's a no-go. Sorry.
Uh-oh. Well.
No,
It's not unanimous.
I'm
Nah.
good with it. I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be something to look forward to.
All right. So, all right. Let's.
I hope it's somebody completely useless, like Matt Sydal or something, just completely not going to do anything.
He may slip off the ladder.
I mean, you're not wrong. All right, so let's move on to some predictions here. We're gonna start with AEW Revolution, and then we'll jump to Impact's Sacrifice, and then we'll call it a show. So, the first match, as shown by Wikipedia. Oh, you guys can't see that. So, the Young Bucks versus the Inner Circle. Chris Jericho and MJF with Wardlow. Who do you think is going to win and why? We'll start with Aston, since we'll go with how the camera goes.
I'm thinking it's Jericho and MJF's night to win. And the reason I think they'll win, it's Jericho's going to hold every belt in the company at some point in time, at least one time. So I'm going with them.
All right, Jacob?
I'm going with the Young Bucks because I think AEW has the best tag division in wrestling, I think, as far as teams go, top to bottom. And I think they should keep their belts on like an established team and not a team thrown together. I mean, you had Kenny Omega and Adam Page with that long run. I mean, if you want people to take your tag team division seriously, keep the belts on a tag team and not two single wrestlers who just came together.
All right, JB3?
So.
I'm gonna pick the Young Bucks because I want those points, and because I agree with a lot what Jacob said, and also lengthy title reigns. I think that they had decent ones with the first three, except the first two. FTR didn't have the title for that long. I think that and I have this. I think that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are going to go on a big long title run, right? And I think that's going to be like their big title run for being there. Like they're going to get at least one nice title run, and I think it's this year for both. So that's my big thing about picking them in the draft, and that's what I think is going to happen.
All right. I think it's going to be MJF and Jericho, purely because I think them holding the titles will create friction, and that will cause their breakup. But also at the same time, I think they're already kind of setting up like a civil war between the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers. And with them not coming out and helping them as fast as they need to and all that stuff. Like they're supposed to be friends and they're supposed to be allies, but the Good Brothers are kind of looking out for Kenny and not the rest of the members of the Bullet Club. So I think that could happen, and then the Young Bucks will go face the Good Brothers for the Impact Tag Team Championships, and they will beat the Good Brothers for the Impact World Tag Team Championship.
Nope, that's where you're wrong, because that's my Good Brothers.
Yeah. So that's my opinion, and I'll go ahead and make this announcement. Like JB3 had an announcement, I'll make this one. If Chris Jericho does not win the Tag Team Championships on Sunday, which actually, as of filming, tonight is Sunday. So this is the 14th time I've messed up tonight when this comes out. But tonight, if Chris Jericho does not win the World Tag Team Championships, I'm dropping him off my roster. And I am picking up someone who it will guarantee me points. So there's that. All right. So the next match, as is on the Wikipedia page here, is Team Taz versus Darby Allin and Sting. We're going to start with Jacob. Started with Aston last time.
I'm going to go with Team Taz, actually. I don't think Sting needs the win. I don't think that's why he's in AEW. and this can set up a future challenger for Darby Allin. So I'm going Team Taz.
All right, JB3.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to Team Taz. As much as I would like them to win, this is the time for Darby to take a loss, so that if he's gonna take a loss, he's gonna be, in my opinion, defending and holding the TNT Championship for a while. And I think that with those victories, if there's any losses that are going to come out of it, it's going to be in the situation like Sunday tonight. So I'm going to have to give it to Taz, Team Taz.
All right, so I am purely choosing mine based on points here. Darby Allin's got to get me some points, and also I think Sting's comeback match to wrestling, since he got hurt, he needs to win the match. But my biggest prediction is I just hope they don't break his neck. I hope Sting doesn't go down with an injury, because that will be absolutely horrendous, and I'll hate every second of it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, I don't understand why they're having him wrestle. Like,
He's
I would
clear.
think, yeah, I mean, that's true, but I don't
He
know.
looks good too. He looks good too.
Well, let's
Yep.
wait. Let's wait and see if he takes the shirt off, because you know how many times he wrestled with the shirt in TNA. Like, let's hope he takes the shirt off, and let's see what kind of condition he really is in.
Yeah, hopefully he's been working with DDP.
Yeah.
All right, so since we're Aston, take the floor there.
Well, at first I'm thinking, as much as I love Sting, I want to see him do good and not get hurt, as Colton said, and pick up the win. I think Team Taz is going to win, because Brian Cage, he needs a win to look more dominant, because he's due a big push. And at the same time, I could see where Sting and Darby lose, that could cause tension between them. And y'all may not want to hear this, but Sting versus Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. And Sting picks up the TNT Championship because he is Mr. TNT. What do y'all think about that down the road?
Oh, dear Lord, no.
Sorry, Colton.
I wouldn't want him to beat Darby for it. Maybe like a year from now, after Darby lost it for a while. I don't know. I think it's about Darby. It should be about Darby.
You're right, it should. And more likely it will be. Sting's there to just, be a mentor, I guess.
Like, he looks so good, though.
I'm excited. I love Sting. I love Undertaker, all the old guys. So
All right, so the next match, Hikaru Shida, I hope I didn't butcher their name, versus, I'm definitely going to butcher this name, so I'm not even going to try, her opponent.
Say Rio. Is it Rio? Something?
Yep.
Go with Rio.
Rio. We'll go with that.
It's not Riho. It's not her.
Yeah. Mizuzami.
Uh-oh, there he goes again.
Yeah, that's probably a thing where he's probably using his phone and now he's looking something up.
No.
But that's okay. We'll give him just a few seconds.
Can I say something from earlier? You was talking about who is the TBA person to be in the ladder match. That's also a debut, correct? Also another person coming into the company is what I've been reading. Not only the one Big Show's talking about, or excuse me, Paul White's talking about. This 6-person in ladder match is also a debuting wrestler, is what I've been told. Can you clarify that, Colton? Or somebody?
They did clarify it.
Yeah, I know it's not the same person. So I don't know. I don't know how any of that. I just know it is not the same person that Paul White is talking about. So
Okay, one more thing, and I'll stop talking about that. What if Paul White is that person he's talking about, the Hall of Fame worthy person? Does that make sense? What if it's him, the heel Paul White,
being his own hype man.
commentator and then wrestler by night? I don't know.
Yeah, I could see it. Like, I think me and JB3 actually talked about that just yesterday, is him coming out as a face and then him turning heel by announcing his own self as an in-ring performer.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, that would be a throw at WWE about turning him so fast. But okay, so who do you think is going to win the AEW Women's World Championship? JB3.
I think that I knew that person. I don't have her name in front of me. I never even remembered her name, to be honest, but I remember her in ring work, and she is good. But I think that they're just putting a shine on that, and that's why she won the tournament. Hikaru Shida's going to win. I mean, she's the dominant champion right now. AEW's women's division got a lot of flack, a lot of negative comments in the beginning. Since she took the title and has been doing her thing, it's been slowly. So I think they're going to keep that going.
Okay, so I agree with that. Like, I hate that's the one thing I like. Impact does a better job, and WWE does a better job with their women's division. Both of those have great women's divisions, and I don't think AEW's up there yet. But nothing is wrong with Hikaru. She is a great women's world champion. So keep the belt on her. Do it. And then open the forbidden door more with Impact, and then open it with NWA, because NWA also has some great female talent. Like, spread the wealth around.
Yo, I just thought of something. Sorry. Speaking of female talent, what if the Hall of Fame worthy signee is a female?
Well, Tony Khan came out and said it's a he.
Yeah,
Did
he
he?
did. He did today.
Well, that solves it. I just thought
Yeah.
about that. I was like, what?
I was thinking
Well-
Tully Blanchard's daughter, but until he confirmed it was a male. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah, dang.
All
Well,
right, so
I guess it's a dude.
what if something happens like, what if Tessa debuted as TBA? Because she's wrestled for men's championships before.
True.
How would you feel about that?
That'd be
JB3?
pretty awesome.
How would I feel?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be like against it as far as like on some moral level. As far as like a storytelling level, I don't know. I don't think I would be like I wouldn't be against it, but like I probably wouldn't like be for it. I don't know. I guess it would just depend on how it went down. If they found a way to make it good TV, then I'd be cool with it.
Okay, so I just realized there's a lot more matches on this than what I thought. So do we want to just do like the highlight matches, or do we want to do all of them?
It don't matter. You do whatever you want to do, brother.
It's your show. Do what you want.
Okay, so we'll finish this one, and then we'll do 3 more, and then we'll call it a time. Aston, what do you think? Women's World Championship.
I'll make it quick and easy and simple. She'll retain because she's going to be a very long championship run.
All right, Jacob.
Yeah, I'm going Sheeta. She's a great champion. I don't think it's time for her to lose it yet.
All right, so Adam Page versus Matt Hardy. Winner receives the losers 2021 first quarter earnings, which is such a weird stipulation, but I love it. So I think Adam Page has to win. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like, I think he's gonna win. So Aston.
Yep, Adam Page all the way.
Adam.
Okay.
I'll agree. Page. I don't think Matt Hardy needs to be winning any matches anymore.
All
He's
right.
already got the Corvette. He showed it on Instagram, so he's good.
JB3.
What's up?
JB3. Who do you think?
Oh, I said it now. Adam. Adam Page.
He said Adam.
Adam Page.
Mr.
Hangman.
Page.
Sorry, I'm not making fun of you, Aston. I do that all day, every
there
day
for a
in my
split second,
house.
like, really, dude, really, my North
No, my
Carolina
mom,
accent.
my family's from down south. All the time all the time in my house, I'm messing with my family. I'm like, "Hey y'all, how you doing?" All the time.
All right. So the next match is Cody Rhodes versus Scorpio Sky versus Penta. I'm going to go with that. Versus Lance Archer versus Max Caster versus to be determined. Winner of this ladder match gets a future AEW TNT championship match. Which is, by the way, the first time I've ever seen it even written that it's called the AEW TNT Championship. And I don't like that it's called that. Just TNT Championship. That's good. Leave the AEW.
I agree.
All right, so I'm trying to remember who it was. Let's go with Jacob. What do you think?
It's tough not knowing who TBD is. I'm gonna go Pentagon. Actually, I think Pentagon's gonna take it.
All right, JB3.
I'm going for TBA. Whoever that person is going to win. Is going to win. I think I might know who it is though, but
Who would that be?
I don't know who it is. Like I'm not making my pick based because I think I know who it is, and I'm like, well, I hope it's this person because I want this person in my pick. I really think TBA is going to win, whoever it is, and I want to be wild and crazy with the draft. So, but if I were to be a guessing man, I think that TBA is going to win, and I think that it is going to be TNA/Impact's own Sami Callihan.
All right. So I think Lance Archer is going to win. I think after the display of it taking 3 people to hit the one-winged angel on him a few weeks ago, I think that was a show of an entire show for him that he needs to move on and do something. Like, I don't want him to face Darby Allin because I think he'll destroy Darby Allin, and my selfishness in the draft doesn't make me want to have that happen. But Lance Archer is awesome, so I will totally take the L on that one if that means him becoming champion. So, all right,
Lance Archer is great.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of Colton, Lance Archer, but then again, something in the back of my mind saying Cody. I'm like, please, Lord, don't let that happen. Yeah, Lance Archer. TBA though, yeah, Lance Archer. Yeah, we'll go with Lance Archer.
This isn't on my little list here, but who do you think is going to be the Paul White's signing person? And we'll just we'll start with JB3 on that one.
It's not who you think it is.
Or is
It's
it?
not who you think it is. He was either talking about CM Punk or himself. It's not who you think it is. One of the big wrestling stars. Free agent. Somebody that would draw big money. I'm just going to say it. It's probably not, but I can only think of CM Punk. And he denied it on Twitter, which, I mean, is pretty much what anybody would do.
I think Edge done that before too, right?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I thought of a few people like RVD. He has since or recently left Impact Wrestling. So it's possible that it could be him. He's not in the Hall of Fame anywhere. But they also categorize it as a Hall of Fame talent. And they never specified that it was going to be a wrestler, I do not believe. So I think with the connection to Paul White it's going to be Floyd Money Mayweather. Yep.
I'm gonna say I don't know about
And
that.
I don't think I think it's just going to be like a. I mean, he may show up like they had Shaq on there this week, so it's possible they'll have celebrities wrestle. They had Snoop Dogg do a splash a few weeks or a month ago or 2 months ago. I don't remember when it was, but yeah, I think.
Don't forget Shaq going through a table. Two tables.
Like RVD or Floyd Money Mayweather. Because I don't want to choose CM Punk because I'm pretty sure that's the obvious choice.
And Tony Khan, I'm sorry, it's not going to be Floyd. Tony Khan said he's a huge wrestling star.
I mean, he is undefeated at WrestleMania.
He's not a huge wrestling star, bro. Come on, that's stretching on a big stretch level. Floyd Mayweather,
yeah,
he is a boxer.
And the build up to this, guys, just by him announcing that, it's definitely going to be somebody big time. And I definitely think it's
Aston, go ahead.
I definitely think it's someone formerly WWE star, and I'm gonna go with Batista because he had his little rant saying that, when they're gonna let retired mean retired. So I could see him.
Sure.
He's big in Hollywood, big time wrestler. I could see. I'm gonna go Batista, and the reason I say that, remember Paul White said evolution, not revolution, which he could have just totally messed that up, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that was just a slip.
I think it was slip, but at the same time, I'm more since everyone's picking someone different, I'll go Batista.
All right, Jacob.
I think they're just hyping it up. I think Ethan Page.
That's fair.
Yeah, like I hope. Like me and Aston have talked about this at work. Like, I don't want AEW to become what TNA was in the mid 2000s, where they just sign everyone that WWE doesn't have to catch attraction. And I don't want them to do that because, like, so far, I've only been watching consistently for the last 3 or 4 months. It's been really good. And then I just don't want ex-WWE guys to be taking up all my screen time. Like, that was a big thing in TNA, which now they're not doing, really. Like, occasionally Ken Shamrock will show up and punch people in the face, but that's fine. I love it. And he was an NWA World Heavyweight Champion in TNA, so he was more successful there than he was in WWE, so I'm okay with stuff like that. But, yeah, like, I hope it's no one that big time or someone who was just recently released, like back in April. I guess we'll see. But all right.
Also, if it is CM Punk, JB3 owes me a trivia match.
Damn it. I never said win though.
All right. So last match we're gonna predict Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley in an exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. I don't even know what an exploding barbed wire death match even means. So it's going to be interesting. I will not get to watch it tonight because I'm really trying to persuade a certain someone to let's split the pay-per-view cost there, sir, because I don't want to spend the money by myself. But I will definitely catch some of this. So what do you guys think? We'll start with Aston, and we'll go around.
I can't remember who the two guys were. It was Terry Funk against some Japanese guy. I watched it on YouTube a couple of days ago, the exploding barbed wire match. And it's brutal. I tell you, it's brutal. With that being said, it's going to be JB3's main number one man, Mr. One pick, Kenny Omega, retains.
Jacob?
I'm still sorry I had to do that to you, Ashton.
It's okay. I still love you.
Call me crazy, but I think John Moxley's getting his title back.
All right, JB3.
Sorry, you guys are so WWE mindseted. They're not going to hop him the title back. They're on a big Kenny Omega train right now.
And Good Brothers train. And Good Brothers, Kenny Omega.
John Moxley needs to take time off to be with his baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
Wait, he has a. Did I miss something? Did his wife have a baby? What? Or
She's about to.
Oh, okay.
Renee
I
Young?
didn't know that. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
Pregnant.
It's
Okay.
1 day a week.
Yeah, they only wrestle 1 day a week. That's true.
Dad still go to work.
Hey, I'm just saying, if he can, why not?
There you go, JB3. That's it. You're right.
Yeah, even though the point side of me wants John Moxley to win, because again, I'll have another world champion, and right now I have 4, and after this weekend, I hope to have 6 if John Moxley wins. But guess what? It's not going to happen. Kenny Omega is on a roll, and he needs to win. And if he beats the crap out of John Moxley enough, that gives him an excuse to go be with his wife and kid. So it could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I choose Kenny Omega. I'm not going to be happy about giving JB3 points there, but hey, he needs them. So no offense, brother. But
Hey, could you do me a favor? I forgot. I don't remember all of my picks. Do you have them on hand?
yeah,
That's because they haven't been getting you points.
Not yet.
He's about to rack up. I think he's about to rack up.
Okay, I'll go over this.
Pay-per-view.
We're gonna go back to full screen. JB3 with 16 points. You have Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, Charlotte Flair, Nick Jackson, the AEW World Tag Team Champion, Matt Jackson, the AEW World Tag Team Champion, Kevin Owens, Johnny Gargano, the NXT North American Champion, Raquel Gonzalez, the woman who got cheated out of her Tag Team Championship Wednesday. Stupid Adam Pearce. MJF, to be determined, and then Becky Lynch. And that's your 10 people.
Yep. So I'm gonna make my second drop right now. You keep talking, Colton, and I don't want to do it any longer. So I'm gonna drop Becky Lynch right now.
Okay.
I stole Kenny Omega from Aston, and I'm sorry, Colton, I'm about to steal somebody from you.
Okay.
I choose the current and soon-to-be reigning, defending NWA World's Champion, Nick Aldis.
All right. Yeah, I totally mentioned that in the chat the other day, hoping someone would pick him up. All right, so JB3 has dropped all his people. Aston has now dropped all his people. Now both me and Jacob only have 1 drop. So now I got to put NWA World Champion.
There's a couple people I could drop.
Does anyone else want to hear their roster? Actually, I'll just do it for the sake of the show. All right, Jacob. With 20 points, you have Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion. You have Cody. You have Angelo Dawkins. You have Finn Balor, the NXT Champion. You have Cesaro, Tony Storm, Keith Lee, Randy Orton, and Pete Dunne. Yep, that's your people. You want to make any abrupt choices or anything like that?
That depends. Is Riddle on anybody's roster?
He is not.
Then I would like to drop Angelo Dawkins for Riddle.
Okay.
Big pick.
Let's hope he holds that U.S. title for a lengthy amount of time.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know who he would lose it to, but
Keith
all right.
Lee, who I also have.
Yeah. That's true. You do. All right, Aston. At 23 points, you have Drew McIntyre, the WWE champion. No, yeah, he's not the WWE champion anymore. I need to update my paperwork. I apologize. Drew McIntyre. You have Carl Anderson, the Impact World Tag Team Champion. You have AJ Styles. You have that ugly guy that's on your shirt, Bray Wyatt. You have Alexa Bliss. You have Edge. You have Rhea Ripley. You have Braun Strowman. You have Doc Gallows, the Impact World Tag Team Champion. You have Seth Rollins at 23 points. And, well, that's good. So,
Can I add something about Rhea Ripley? If y'all, I know this is talking about WWE, not AEW, but I've heard rumor that she will be added to the Triple Threat Championship match with Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania. And then I've also heard, Mr. JB3, your Miss Becky Lynch that you just dropped, rumor is she's getting ready to come back and be with her husband and have a faction thing going on as heels. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
Really? Becky
Yep.
Lynch?
That's
The
just a
man
rumor. Yeah.
As a heel.
Yep. They yep. Change of pace, they said. Yep.
All right. So,
It's interesting.
yeah, that's this is a very interesting time. I do not want to, like earlier I said that I don't do full screen for myself because I don't want to look at my ugly face, which I already have to do for JB3 when I cut promos. So I'm not doing it here. So I'll just announce 30 points for me. I have Darby Allin, the TNT champion. I have Big E, the WWE Intercontinental champion. I have Daniel Bryan. I have Rich Swann, the Impact World champion. I have Bianca Belair, the Royal Rumble winner. I have Asuka, the Raw Women's Champion. I have Io Shirai, the NXT Women's Champion. I have Chris Jericho. I have Jon Moxley, the IWGP United States Champion. And I have Bobby Lashley, the new WWE Champion. So, yep, that's a good time. We did not review Impact show. So we're going to do that for 1 second.
All right, actually, I got to take off because it's about 9 o'clock. Can I cut out of here?
Yeah, actually, we'll call it a day at that. Farewell. Do y'all have anything you need to plug or anything? I know JB3 does.
I will super quick. Check out Combat Wrestling Trivia on YouTube. You can see your boy Colton and your boy Jacob. He's back. He's back. He's no longer retired. He is in the tournament. The Clash of the Combatants is going on right now. We just finished week 2. Week 3 is next week. So just keep it popping. Keep it rolling. Like, subscribe, share. Go to Nerd Entertainment Network too. They got great stuff over there if you can. Jacob's got a show. He'll tell you all about it in a second.
All right, Jacob, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, over on Nerd Entertainment Network, I host a show on Sundays. So we go live around 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. It's called Real Talk with the Real Deal, and we just talk movies. For the month of March, paying homage to the greatest sporting event, in my opinion, March Madness, with some different movie tournaments. I got some fun people coming on, so check it out if you got time, or just watch the replay. That's pretty much what I got. Over in Combat Wrestling Trivia also. I can't seem to stay away from competition. So
And I know, Aston, you're not doing anything on the interwebs except for this, but if you decide to, I will be totally cool with plugging it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep, and I am the host of this show. You can follow me on Twitter at Colton Roberts 8, and you can follow the show at @supernova_show. It was great having you guys on. I cannot wait for Revolution and for Sacrifice, and I cannot wait to make my reveal on my drop on what I'm going to do. And since I'm probably going to drop someone this weekend and pick someone up early next week. I was going to make that announcement in just a few minutes, but we got to go. Leave the audience in some suspense. We got this. All right. Thank you guys for being on. We'll probably do this again in a few months, probably before WrestleMania. But thank you guys. And fans, don't always remember, love everyone.